welcome to the next module. This one's going to be about risk management and position sizing. So I've got here a trade that I'm currently in. If you're in my group, you might be in this trade as well. We've got a curvy, what I call a curvy bottom here. So it's bottomed. We've then had a bit of a range that we've broken out of, and we've taken a position at the top of this range as it's come through. Looking really good. So the way we set this up is, we use our long positioning tool to establish our stop loss and our entry point and a target. Okay, once we've got those in place, come over to the trade calculator. Trade calculator is available in the learning units. First of all, you need to set it up. Come over to the setup. Up the top here, you're going to put in your account size. It's important that if you take a loss, that you change this. So let's say you took a $1,000 loss, which you shouldn't if you're trading with correct risk management position sizing. But let's say you took a $1,000 loss, you change this to 31,000, and on your next trade, you'll only be risking 1% of 31,000. And by reducing this, it's like the opposite of compounding interest. You can never run out of money in your trading account if you obey this principle. And likewise, if you make money, you can add to this, and that will increase your position size. Down here, 1%, that's 1% risk per trade. That means that the calculator will work out, based on your entry and your stop, how much your position size should be to represent a 1% risk to your account. Okay, so that's all we need to do on here. Don't change anything else. I'm going to move over to US dollar trade calculator. If you're trading against Bitcoin, then you would use the Bitcoin trade calculator. Okay, so we trade against the US dollar, so we come over here. Over here, we would put in comp USDT. Now, price precision, let's have a look at comp. Comp is 2 decimals, so we'll just put 2. Now the quantity. Comp is $172 coin, so yep, 2's fine. We might want to trade, 1.5 of them, 1.6 or something like that. Just hit that there. We're trading on margin, so leave that there. If you're just trading on the exchange and at spot, then change it to exchange and then hit this button again, okay? Next thing you're going to do is you're going to put in your stop down here. So our stop is 122.93. There you go, 122.93, hit enter. We'll come over to here, going to put in our entry, which was 151.53, 151.53, hit enter. The other thing to make sure you do is just put in here whether you're long or short. That'll obviously change things. That'll change the way the calculator works things out. Okay, so now what we've got here, we've got our position size is going to be $1,674 position size, and the quantity, which is the amount of comp that we're going to be trading, is 11.03. So from here, we'll open up the Binance Futures Exchange. We'll go down to comp. Here it is here. Okay, we're going to go to stop limit. We're going to change that to stop market. You always want to use stop market when you're trading futures. When you're margin trading, stop market means it'll enter your stop order at a market sell, so it'll guarantee you to get out of position. If you use a stop limit, there's a chance of you getting some slippage or having your stop missed. And if you're trading a decent sized position, or any position really, you don't want that to happen, result in a really, really big loss. So our trigger price for our stop was 122.93. Our position size was 11.03. I usually just round that to 11. Okay, make sure you check reduce only. Okay, that'll mean that if the price was to drop while you're setting everything else up, it won't hit your stop and enter you into a short position. So it's really important you have that checked. Okay, we're going to go sell. We'll click that. Order submitted down here. Over here. Now I've got a bunch of other stuff trading here, but you'll see that I've got my stop market here at 11. Not filled. Yep, reduce only. Yes, okay, so that's all there, ready to go. Next thing we'll do is we'll change it to limit. Okay, it'll automatically pre-populate the price there, but that price may move. It's got me a little bit above the market price, which is good. You're going to put in 11 and we're going to hit buy. I'm not going to do that now because I'm actually already in the trade, but you would hit buy. That will enter you into the trade. So that's the safe way to set up a margin trade. The next thing that we're going to do is set up our take profit. So if we have a look over here, I've set this take profit to 260. We'll put that into as a limit sell order. So come in here, go 260. What was it? It's actually 260.48. 260.48, 11, reduce only again, and we'll put that in as a sell order. Now let's talk about using margin responsibly. I've had a lot of people in the group sort of ask about margin and using 100x margin, 50x margin, and a lot of people saying that you don't need to trade with margin, which is true. You don't need to trade with margin, but if you have a really big account size, let's say you had 100 Bitcoin, you don't want to have 100 Bitcoin sitting on the exchange for security reasons, obviously, and that's where margin comes into play. So you may leave 90 of your Bitcoin sitting on a hardware wallet somewhere nice and safe, put 10 on the exchange, and then use leverage to increase your position size. It doesn't mean that, if you've got, let's say you've got a balance of $10,000 or something in your trading account, it doesn't mean that you're going to go 100 times $10,000 and put on a trade a hero position size like that, because it only needs to move slightly in the wrong way and you're going to get wrecked. So if you ever look down here, the bottom right, you'll see that my balance is only about $400, and my unrealized P&L is $620. That's for the positions that I've got currently open. Okay, and the reason it's so small is because firstly, it doesn't need to be big. I'm trading with margins, so I don't have to have much in here. And when I make profits, I generally take those profits and I turn them into Ethereum, or put them into a Moonshot coin or something like that, or do something with it. And I usually leave about $500 on the exchange. So how does that work? Well, if I am trading at 20x margin and I take a position size of $100, what that's going to do is it's only going to use $5 of my $500 here, right? So I open a position size for $100 at 20x margin. It's only going to use $5 of my account balance for collateral. So using 20x margin doesn't mean that I go 20 times the $500 that I've got here and then lose it all if the price goes a few dollars the wrong way. That's the misunderstanding a lot of people have with leverage. That's not what it's for. I'll put on a trade of, say, $100. It'll only use $5 of my account balance to put that on, because 20 times 5 is 100, leaving $495, or in this case, it'll be $395, available to take other positions, okay? So that's how it works. Now, the other thing that I've been asked is, what do you do when you've got multiple take profits? So it's really simple. What you're going to do is where you set your take profit, okay? So I put it in here, take profit of 11. Instead of doing 11, I may just do 50% of that. Or I can put it in here manually. I may decide to take 5 out at, let's say my first take profit was 190. Take 5 out 190. Reduce only, hit sell, and then do the next one at 6, go back to my original, my maximum take profit at 260, and put an order there, and that's how you set multiple take profits. Okay, let's talk about the different order types. A limit order. What a limit order means, okay, so I'm on Bitcoin now. A limit order means that I'm going to put in the price basically it's the maximum price I'm willing to pay. So right now Bitcoin is trading at this price here, but if I put in a limit order at say 11,700 and I put in that I want to buy 10 Bitcoin and I hit that button, that'll enter an order for 10 Bitcoins with a maximum price of 11,700. Not meaning that it will fill that order at the price of 11,700. It means it will buy everything in the order book that it can for cheaper than this price. But if there aren't enough sell orders in the order book under that price, it will only buy up to that price, because that's the limit that I've put on it. So it safeguards me against so let's talk about the market order next, and that will make it more clear. If I use the market order, then I'm not putting in any maximum price. I'm just saying that I want 11 Bitcoin and I don't care how much I pay. So that means if there's only 10 Bitcoins available for the current price and the next order in the order book was, say, $15,000, it would buy it at that price. I mean, that's a bit ridiculous. There's more liquidity on Bitcoin that wouldn't be a problem. But if you're trading a lower market cap coin, a lower liquidity coin, you could end up overpaying by a lot. So basically, you pretty much never use the market order. Okay, I call it the FOMO button. Okay, it's when noobs use the market order. Well, I shouldn't say noobs, because some people will have a different strategy than what I do. But typically, it's what people do, and they're just in a rush to get into the position. And you should never be in a rush to get into a position. So basically use the limit order. Okay. Stop limit. Okay, so you've got 3 different types of stop orders. Stop limit is the same thing. So what happens if I place a stop limit order is, let's say I want my stop loss to be at 11,000. We put in a trigger price $11,000, and then the next price here is the limit. So that's how much I'm willing to let it slip before I'm not willing to sell anymore. So if I was to put in $10,500, that means that I would enter my order would be triggered at $11,000 with a limit at $10,500. So if I can get out above $10,500, fine. But if the price falls below $10,500, I'll stop selling. So the problem with that is, if you have worked out with your technical analysis that price of $11,000 or $10,500 represents an area where if you lose that, the price is just going to keep falling, you really want to get out of that position size. So that's why you would use a stop market order. A stop market order will get you out of the position no matter what. It may cost you a little bit more, but at least you'll be out of the position. You won't end up holding bags for who knows how long. The price could just keep going down. So that's why we always use the stop market. The trailing stop is kind of self-explanatory. I never use it. You put in an arbitrary price of, say, $50 below your position, and it'll keep raising the stop. The problem with that is that it's an arbitrary number, and Bitcoin cryptocurrencies don't move in an arbitrary fashion. If you want to trail your stops, you do that manually. You trail your stops under the most recent high-low, or you would trade it up with the moving averages or something like that, but you wouldn't use the trailing stop. Trailing stop is basically for noobs. I think that's it, guys. Cheers.